All back to answer some more goddamn questions. Yeah, a good handful of page keys, but I'm just going in goddamn order as these kind of come in, so the way I don't get to save these goddamn pages and print it off, and I delete from my goddamn file once I do that. So I'll be fucking hanging on stragglers. This one is an order question first. It's from anonymous, so I did post that and accidentally say his name. I did that once or twice. Oops. Oh well, shit happens, right? I mean, what's the worst that happened? Yeah, don't say my name. Got you covered there, bro, and I don't remember who the name is. What do you think of the Dawg dick riders? I know guys who have stole your whole personality. Really? Like who? And posts about you all the time on their social medias. Does it creep you out? Question mark. Also, check out the Carnage demo from 1997. Thor and Neon, some of the best Deicide worship. Some best Deicide worship, and never heard you mention them. Oh yeah, I mean the only other Carnage I heard of was we had a CD in stock. I think the album was it called Massacred? I don't. To be honest, I didn't listen to them. Like, who do these fucking bozos think they are, calling themselves goddamn Carnage? How do you not know the Almighty? I said Almighty, goddamn it! Dark Recollections might have some goddamn demo LP still in stock and fuck off and die too. That is must own goddamn death metal. Can't get into hell without it. Goddamn it! Like to me, when I see shit like that, I'm just super fucking turned on, flaccid fucking penis, because it's like, what's next? You're gonna start a band called Goddamn Possessed? Come on, dog, that's not as bad. Actually, yeah, kind of it is. I mean, honestly, if you claim you're into death metal, I automatically assume you know who Carnage is. I'm sorry, we've been over this conversation, I know, but that's why I didn't check it out. I'm like, who these ham and eggers think they are? Now, I don't know if there's a third Carnage that you're talking about. I'll say this, and I forget who the fuck it was. And it's actually kind of annoying me. I think somebody might have said this is about 2, 3 months ago. Somebody sent me a band, or I stumbled across it on my own, but I don't think I did, like on YouTube or something. And it was a band that's been around either late '90s, early 2000s, because I looked it up, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Death metal band, total Deicide influence in there, like not a direct ripoff, but you could hear the Deicide influence in there. Songs catchy as shit. They have a bunch of fucking releases, but like none of it's out. Like I even looked up, like you can't find any of it. I think they only done like CDRs, but they have like albums, and you're like, and you look at pressings, like again, this isn't like one of those newer bands that like, yeah, we have just digital only because that's a bit more common the last years, just on YouTube or Bandcamp or whatever. No, this is a band that like the latest they started was 2000. I looked it up and they had like 5 albums, like demos, and it wasn't like Hell Torments. I mean, that is a band, a South American band, but it was. I think the logo looked something like that, and it's making my dick itch because not only that, I wanted to get their stuff. So like it was a band like I would look into, and I would talk to Sea Dog and Easy E, see if they'd be into it. Like signing them and putting out their backs. To my knowledge, I was like, I don't see this shit for sale anywhere. I could have. I looked at Discogs. I looked at Bandcamp for sale. I eBayed it. Like I did a good 10 minutes of research. I was like, not oh hey yeah, it's out of print. Like you're trying to buy Obscenity Human Barbecue CD. Yeah, that CD's out of print, but if you really want it, you can get the goddamn thing. I haven't searched for Obscenity Human Barbecue because that dog owns it, of course, goddamn it. CD and picture disc. Wouldn't mind doing an LP of that on Hells, by the way, too, in case Obscenity watch. Contact the goddamn dog. But if you really want that, I bet you $100 right now you could get it on Discogs between less than $100, probably $20, $30. An original CD, Morbid. Was that Morbid Records in Germany that put it out? Is that the name of the label? I think it was Morbid Record, right? Yeah, pretty sure. Um, I mean, yeah, okay, that's out of print, but that's what I'm saying. But shit's still available, especially for obscure bands, especially I've never even heard of these guys. Um, yeah, it's kind of annoying because I can't remember who it was, and it was something I heard in the last 3 months, and I'm like, fuck, I'm impressed. Like I thoroughly enjoy this. Now I didn't listen to everything. I think I did listen to their demo, and I think like the second album or something because it was on YouTube. Anything for sale. So maybe this Carnage you're talking about is something similar to that. But I just remember we had one. We had it several times too. Another carnage. I just shook my head. I'm like, who do these fucking jokers think they are? What if it's a total Deicide worship? Actually, I would check it out. I just assumed, and the logo looked kind of amateurish. I was like, again, you want a fucking buffoon? Judges a book by its cover. Look, Bubbles. I know you only get like one or two fucking physical things per month because it's all, you have to physically buy everything or whatever. You don't have the advantage the Dawg has, and I admit that is an advantage. And at this point, I take it for granted. Try not to think back to the old days, but it is at my fingertips. Everything. So on physical that comes in. So no, I don't listen to everything. No, I can't. So yes, I do have to judge it by that. But I will say this: now that you said that. I probably might look into it a little bit more. That Carnage, if I come across that CD, I don't know if we have any on the stock. I want to say it's called Massacre, but I don't. You know what? Let's just get the goddamn bottom of this shit. What the fuck are we babbling fucking and then just guessing for? Let's pull it up in Metal Archive. So let's see how many Carnages there are. To my knowledge, it sounds like there's probably 3. Holy shit, Scaroni! Look at all these fucking hoagies. Who do they think they are? Dude, there's like 20 fucking. Type in Carnage on Metal Archives and hit search. Where your goddamn eyes are gonna pop out like fucking slinkies. Dude, there's one Carnage and one only. Brah, brah. It's from fucking Sweden. Who don't know that? Holy fuck. Where did you say this one's from? Didn't. I'm not clicking on all this shit. I'll click on, was it the one from Russia you're talking about? Carnage Begin. No, I didn't know that. Click on a couple. I ain't click on. There's a. Trust me, you want to see this shit, just check this out. Like, just search Carnage, I'm telling you. Most of these are death metal, too. Like, look at this fucking. Look at these JoJo's 2004 band. It says death metal. You started in 2004 in your death metal. Why the fuck would you call your band that? Starting a band called Carcass, bro. At least this one from Belgium has somewhat of an excuse. The rehearsal came out in 89, so they say. They did a demo in 1990. That's at least somewhat accepted thrash death metal. I don't know it, though. Brazilian one. Never heard of these goddamn Quakers. Carnage. What'd you say this was called? There or no? No. Yeah, there's the one from. This fucking one from goddamn Brazil. Death Black Metal. Demo is 2011. Years after Dark Recollection. Fucking guys were probably sucking on their thumb or probably not even alive. And then their album came out in 2019. Change that name, brah, brah. You ain't got no business having that. What's the Canada one all about? Yeah, this is the 2004 one. Live at the Dungeon. I'm sure it's awesome. 2015 death metal. Get lost, brah, brah. Groove metal, metalcore from, what the fuck? French Guiana. What the fuck is that? Just be thrash one from France. Groove metal, thrash metal. We'll check the Poland one. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Promo 2009. More goddamn hoagies. Death metal, fucking. A lot of these because they say you said death. Was it the Russian one? Did I click on that one? Yeah, clicked on them. Goddamn from Sweden. So maybe it's a Turkish one. Death black metal. Demo live 1998. I don't know, man. Clarify which one it is. This shit's a goddamn fucking joke. Holy shit. I thought Disgorge was goddamn bad. Then answer your goddamn question as far as the dick riders. Like, in what sense? What are you referring to? Like, who's dick riding me? I mean, if you're gonna, the only thing that comes to my mind is that goddamn JB Bob. Now, to his defense, it's gonna be one of two things. It's either A, he's very young and immature, and he thinks I'm more relevant than I actually am, or two, kind of part of what the beginning with one, but at least a bit more, I can understand the incentive. He's out of the loop and thinks I'm more relevant than I am, and he's making memes and jokes about me because he intends to blow up a channel to monetize and make money. In that sense, I understand. I can at least understand the hustle, but it's kind of like, I'd pick a better day job, brah. I'm not making dick on this goddamn channel, so if you're going to piggyback off that, and you're getting the dog sloppy seconds, you're literally collecting pennies. I mean, you're better off just getting a goddamn McDonald's job. But who else? Social media. I'm not on social media, so I mean, just you saying that, I guess it's kind of flattering. Like, what do you mean by dick riding? Are they saying like what I say is law? Are they saying are they sure they're not making fun of me? It's a lot of them are doing that. Like Ozzy from Leprechaun, they make fun of me, not to your face. You know that line, Devils? First goddamn Jennifer Aniston movie, her best one too. She doesn't want to talk about it though. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's the J Dawg Funny Moments channel. I don't really count that because he's just clipping shit. And to be honest, I peeked in there because I don't like really go back and rewatch this shit. I do a little bit here and there to make sure it went up, and also too do like go back and listen to videos like a week after it came out in a few days. I kind of do for some stuff, especially when I look at the comments to refresh my memory because part of it, I'm not gonna lie, I forget what I talked about. I'm like, didn't we talk about this? I was like, but I can't remember if I had the conversation with Big D or my brothers or Air Dog or at a show with somebody. It's getting to the point where I forget what I said on camera, what I didn't. I know shit's being repeated, but to what degree is I don't remember. So I'm kind of like to somewhat stay in the fucking loop. Um, but when I go and check in on his stuff and he's posted older videos I forgot I even did, like the Hootie the Blowfish rant and shit. I mean, I guess that's when I officially kind of understood like why people like the channel. People that do. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna like this. I was like, I was laughing at something. I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. I was like, I don't remember saying that. I was like, it reminds me, I did because it's just off the top of my head, and I'm just just talking shit. I can understand that he's clipping parts that are funny, and I don't think that's a dick rider. That's just he's just clipping parts. Um, I don't know who's dick riding me. Nobody I fucking know. I mean, yeah, I get people that come up to me at shows and shit, but I don't know if that's dick riding. They're just they recognize me and they're fans of the channel or fans of Hell's Headbangers. I always encourage them to go up to Easy E and Sea Dog too, because I mean we are the ones that started Hell's Headbangers, and I can't do this without them. You know, I mean, as the company started and shit like that, the way it kind of was Easy E was the talent, the art guy. Sea Dog was the fucking brains, and the dog was the grunt, the physical shit that he's done. Um, that's just, and it's a little bit more elaborate than that. But simplified as a motherfucker, that's what it is. So, other than just provide a fucking grunt and, I can man through it and burn out or not, just push through it because a lot of people over the years, no names mentioned, uh, everybody can hang with the big dogs. They fucking throw in the goddamn towel. Can't do it. Slack fuck. Uh, Take too many days off. No call, no shows. No names mentioned. A lot of that shit. I've never done that. I'm here always. I can tell you right now, in Hell's Days, as far as me calling off, I don't call off to anybody. I just let whoever knows if they're waiting on a list or something for me, an order list, can't make it in. Want to know how many times I've done that since we've had any employees ever? Since it's just me, Easy E, and Sea Dog? I can tell you exactly how many times. So, and we've been in this warehouse for what? Close to 15 years, and then we ran out of house before that. How many days? Crickets, I guess. Two. Both of them, I'm pretty sure were food poisoning. One, I'm 100% positive was food poisoning. It was from the Medina Fair. I remember when it happened. The reason I think the second one was is because I got sick again after the fair. And when I called off, I got the sniffles. I got a bellyache. I was fucking bedridden, ready to die, knocked down 911. You better be measuring me up for my coffin because I'm pretty sure my ass is going out. I mean, physically fucked. Cannot do shit. That's the dog calling off. My dog died, bro. I'm a little down in the dumps. All right, well, you can still pack up some packs while you're down in the dumps. You're gonna be either laying in bed down in the dumps, or you're gonna be fucking packing some records down in the dumps. But either way, down in the dumps is down in the dumps. You know what I do when my life turns into dog shit? I concentrate on work. Well, that goddamn line, that's it. To be honest with you, I kind of do that. It takes your fucking mind off shit. That way you're not looking out the goddamn barrel of the gun. So, having said that, if I could bring something else to the table other than just being a goddamn elaborate packer fucking jock douchebag fucking drunk guy that just takes out the trash, and I'll do more things. Actually, I don't take out the trash. You get the gist. If I could bring, some type of entertainment to our fans and value that brings value to the company, hey, It's an additional perk. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I mean, because realistically, all it is, and it's no. I admit my faults. And there's, I mean, Dawg definitely couldn't do it. He'd be out because I'm by nature kind of a recluse. He's more than me. Like I have to come out of my shell at these shows now and shit because people come up to me. I naturally stick to myself, and I think I handled it pretty well. He's more blunt than me. I don't think he'd be able to poke. He might be able to poke her faces through some, especially if the person was really cool that he jived with, and you know a few here or there, but not like that Hell's Heroes, dude. I'm telling you right now, 11 p.m. I was checked the fuck out. I was exhausted. My throat was hurting me from just talking and talking. It was cool, but I was like, now I was overwhelmed. Dawg would have checked out 5 hours prior to that. Easy would not be able to do it easier. He'd be a little bit better than Dawg at it, but and he's even told me that he wouldn't be able to. He's like, fuck that. I wouldn't want to do all that. And I get it. He's put his part of me at times. I mean, I like part of it, but part of it's it's cool for the first couple hours. After that, it's kind of it gets overwhelming and yeah. I mean, because like I said, naturally I kind of just stick to myself. So if I'm good at that, which I don't know if I am or not, but I think I'm doing okay, and people like it, and it brings some other additional value, then fuck it. I mean, I guess that's my worth. That's my talent. That's what I can do, right? You do what you do best. Delegate the goddamn rest. One of the lines the Dawg lives by. Goddamn it. Don't try to be good at things that you're not good at. Because that's where I see a lot of people. No names mentioned. They try to do everything and handle everything. I'm a go-getter. I was like, yeah, but you suck at this, man. You're trying to do electrical work and you're not an electrician. How about concentrate on what you do really, really good and hire the goddamn electrician? I mean, that way both jobs get done at 100%. The goddamn Dawg does. Just saying. Robert Green, paid question. He's got 3 goddamn questions. Sent 30 USD. My kind of homeboy. What's up, J-Dog? Paid order questions. So there's a famous rapper called YNW. Never heard of him. SMELLY. Who? Who's currently sitting in prison for murder. Well, I'm real proud of him. And one of his popular songs, Blue. What the fuck is this? Blue Balenciagas. Sure, it's awesome, brah. He's wearing an Exodus Bonded by Blood shirt. Oh, yeah? Over 100 million views. God damn, that's some view skis. I think all my videos combined ain't at 100 million. I don't know what it's at, but it's probably at 1 million, right? Figure on average. God damn, I gotta say, my body count's gone down in the last week or so. It's only the 2000s every video. What the fuck's going on? Some homeboy, some posers fell off. Can't hang with the big dog every goddamn day. But on average, say 3,000 views. That's counting Corpse Grinder interview and shit like that. Let's say 70,000. Let's just say 3,000 for lowball. Just counting the early videos, and they might have only 1,000 or 900, whatever. Let's just say average 3,000 videos. And I've been doing this 18 months. Do that in months. We're so 7 months in, 24 months, because I've been doing this over 2.5 years. So that's 21, 24, 31 months. So what's this goddamn calculator? Give a rough estimate of how many goddamn views I have on the low end. Calculator, pull this homeboy up. 31 months times 30. So roughly I have 930 videos. Got some dogs in there, of course, but let's just say 930 times, let's say 3,000 views. So yeah, I have at least over. So let's just say I have roughly around 3 million views total. This guy's got on one goddamn vid, 100 mil. Holy fucking fucksky. Homeboy's fucking running circles around the Dawg. We're next to this bottom of my blood, though, huh? Does he know that? Does he know goddamn? And then there was none. One of goddamn Dawg's favorite fucking goddamn thrash songs of all time. Yeah, but Dawg, you didn't put it in your top fucking 15 thrash metal albums of all time. First off, Bubbles. I made the goddamn disclaimer. I just did a 10-minute goddamn skim of my goddamn rack. Ain't talking about your mom's tits either. And to the CDs and grab shit. And yeah, I overlooked it. Exodus Bonded by Blood is 1,000% in my top 15 favorite thrash albums of all time. And no, I'm not saying that because I look like a goddamn asshat. You know goddamn well. I'll tell you if it's not. Why would I make it up? I mean, fucking, for example, I like the first 2 Megadeth albums, but those aren't in my top 15. I understand they're in yours, but Bubbles, I understand that's my favorite band. Dawg's a dumbass. He likes Rigor Mortis more. He sure does. But I understand that's a lot of people's, but I'll tell you if it's not. Exodus, Bottom of My Blood is 100% in there. Fucking, and Then There Was None is my favorite song on there. Followed by second, if I had to pick a second fave ski, it'd probably be Parada. In case you happen to goddamn give a fuck. Now, a few questions, damn it. One, is it possible YNW Smelly could have ordered this shirt off of Hell's Headbangers? Looks identical, even the back print. I mean, we've sent the prisons before. It's not that obvious. It was more obvious back in the catalog days. Guys would write in from prison for catalogs. Um, no, I doubt it. Now, did somebody else order from Hell's and send it to him as a gift? I guess that's possible. But I didn't see no Smelly. Dude, does this homeboy even have access to that goddamn? If he's in the slammer for murder, I'm assuming he's doing some fucking. He's in some hard federal prison. I highly doubt he's got internet access to the point where, hey, place orders and ship them here. Could be wrong. I have no idea how that shit works, and quite frankly, don't ever want to have to figure it out. Dude, do you think YNW Smelly actually jams out to Exodus? Can't help but wonder if he can name any Exodus song. So what's funny about that is that's not out of the realm of possibility. Because think about it, it's that's why I poke fun at some of the let's just say Iron Maiden guys or guys stuck in the '80s that. And when I mean stuck in the '80s, I mean the guys that don't even like Seven Churches. Like they like just some thrash and some heavy metal, and they think they listen to the most heavy shit on fucking earth, or like the tougher shit or the harder shit. Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad fucking news, and again, this almost slightly bothers me to say this myself to admit it. But take Judas Priest for example. Early Priest is fucking great. Um, Hellbent for Leather, Killing Machine, whichever you want to call it, that's my personal favorite. Nobody ever says that one. But, obviously I like British Steel a lot and Screaming for Vengeance and Painkiller's the last one I liked. Painkiller's got a little bit of oomph to it. But outside that, let's just say the 80s albums, the ones that I'm talking to everybody likes, British Steel, etc. The ones everybody likes. That shit is not tough or heavy at all by any stretch. And again, as much as it pains me to say this, shit like fucking dude, Cold Chamber, Slipknot, all the tweakcore, deathcore shit, that is heavier. That is a more intense style of music. Pantera's heavier. They are. It just is. So when you listen on that, like, what are you getting at, Dawg? That's where they started. That's where I get that. Now I'm not saying anything negative about it, so don't take this out of context, fucking dumb. I'm just putting it in perspective. Like some of those older guys, like they're listening, like, oh shit. I mean, I'm surprised people like this. I like the metal, fucking goddamn chains, leather, bro. It's like, dude, my dad likes that shit. That shit is tame as fuck. Great music. It's where it started. It's fucking phenomenal. I can listen to it every day, no doubt. I choose not to because I've heard it a million goddamn times, and I'm more interested in listening to goddamn Hemorrhage personally. That excites me more. But is it some of the most enjoyable, best music on earth? Yeah, but it's not. By, in all honesty, not even today's definition, but by even the early '90s, by the time even like Effigy the Forgotten was coming out, Butchered at Birth was coming out, with stuff like it, even Broken Hope, Swamped in Gore and shit. By the time that stuff was coming out, I'm sorry, like Priest and Maiden and shit, that doesn't even qualify as even being. You can even use the word heavy in it. Original metal music or metal started, but not heavy, not intense, not extreme in any sense of the word. Again, doesn't mean that it's worse or better. Doesn't mean Butcher That Bird is better than Stained Class. I'm not saying that one personally. I like Butcher That Bird better than Stained Class, but I'm just saying that doesn't qualify as better. But when the guys that like when their cutoff is that, and they're almost like ripping on the kids of today, which I do too, but I like the goddamn TISH, and I like goddamn Malignancy and True to Cannibalism. There ain't no goddamn fucking twink core out there heavier than more intense than that. There just ain't. So at least I like shit that's goddamn heavy. Some of these older guys, like, I respect the elders. I do a little bit of tongue bite, and I'm like, I think of a Cleveland guy right now that's almost looked as an authority. I'm like, dude, I'm 95% sure, 5% chance I'm wrong, that you can't even identify Seven Churches. That means the goddamn heaviest thing that I'm pretty confident you can identify is Overkill. But talks like metal this, metal that, all about the metal. He's the metal godfather. Not so much him, but his fan base. And I'm just like, you don't even like anything that's technically by again, definition of not even today, 1992 and up. You don't even like anything that's considered heavy. Like, so How do you have this authoritative figure? Having said that, Exodus falls into that category. I'm sorry. Grant, Exodus, that is a fucking heavy thrash. I'm a jammer. But what I'm getting at is that is not hard to get into. When you bring up the questions of would you think immolation will ever be played on the NFL, the Super Bowl in 30 years from now, I don't think so. I don't, because the average person does not, will not, cannot like that. And again, the biggest fucking reason is the vocals. They can't understand it. As opposed to Exodus, why is that hard to get into? I even question like my dad and shit like that, who likes Sabbath and priests like that. Always he would turn stuff down. Then he would like some '90s junk. Nickelback's pretty good. Dude, there was a room full of fucking goddamn room full of people got a good ass laugh at that. Dawg was one of them. Oh, Nickelback's pretty good. What the fuck you even talking about, brah? But I don't like that fucking headbanging shit. I'm like, but you turned a blind eye to it and you fucking snuffed it off. I was like, there's no reason for what you like. Because he likes, yeah, like I said, he definitely likes Priest, Maiden, Rainbow, Dio. Maiden, I don't think he's heard enough of it because he's gone back and forth. He said Motorhead he can never get into. His words, not mine. But anyway, so based off stuff, and he likes hard rock, Nazareth, shit like that. And I'm sitting there trying to tell him and stuff, and then he likes some of the '90s stuff, like way after his generation. I'm like, dude, you snubbed it off because you knew we liked it. I was like, there's a good possibility you would like bands like Tank, but he would never even give it a fucking chance. Exodus might be pushing it because he didn't like the speed. He didn't like shit when it was overhead banging. Not his generation. The guy's almost 70 fucking years old, so I get it. But anyone outside, 50 and under, like, I can see anybody liking that. That's an easy to get into kind of music. So I'm not surprised when somebody says, I like Exodus. I'm like, whoa, he likes the hard shit. I mean, if Smelly's like, I like the fucking Necrovore demo, I'm like, fucking bullshit, brah. I mean, maybe. I mean, anything's possible, but I'm questioning that shit. The Kardashians liking Blessed Are the Sick. Yeah, not out of the realm of possibility. It's not as outlandish as, hey, yeah, she says she likes cock-and-ball torture. I highly fucking doubt that. But it's definitely, if someone wants to take bets, as in like, well, how would you prove it, dog? We'll fly their ass out here anonymously. I have Blessed Are the Sick on the player, and if they walk in here, who are we listening to? And I'll give them 3 goddamn fucking songs. We're listening to 3 songs in. Who are we listening to? Can they identify the band and the album? Wearing a goddamn shirt. I'll even give you don't even have to be able to name songs. Maybe you just didn't look at the track listing. You listen on goddamn Spotify, whatever the fuck it is. You didn't look at the names. Cool, but you recognize the tunes. I mean, shit, you only know one goddamn death metal band. So your fucking goddamn metal detector should have went off. I find that hard to believe. Do I think the Kardashians is listening to Blessed Are the Sick? No. Do I think Kanye West is listening to Burzum? Highly unlikely. Not impossible, but highly unlikely. Smelly listen to Exodus? Flip a coin. 3, with over 100 million views on that video, I wonder if anyone saw the Exodus shirt and checked them out of curiosity. I bet you fucking $1,000 they did. Entirely different worlds, but could it have gotten Exodus some new fans? Again, if Vegas was taking bets and it was somewhat provable, I would literally bet money that it did. And I just know because the very little, the very, 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 very little fucking fame I have compared to this 100 million views shit, just shirts and shit I wear, people checking out stuff. He's got 100 million views and he's got fault. They're minimally going to check out. What is that? Like in curiosity. Oh man, this is pretty goddamn catchy. I can see that singing along with Bailoff. Bonded by blood. I mean, there's a possibility they'd get into it, even if they're a full blown rapper. Now, this is kind of cool, man. Because think about it. Think if it was just some 16-year-old kid and all he's listening to is the Snoop, the Pac. Again, whatever the dumbass equivalent to say is. I don't know who the fuck these guys are. Well, just rap. Nothing but rap. Anything could get ear fatigue. If all you do is listen to country, all you do is listen to metal, all you do is listen to rock, all you do is listen to rap. That's all you listen to. That's it. It gets a bit ear fatigue. And I experienced because in my early years, that's what I told you guys, like around age 19, that's when I started physically buying the Sabbaths, the Ozzies, the Motorheads, the Misfits, because I never got burned out on death metal. It was always my preferred source of music, always. And it is to this day. But it got to a point with a little ear fatigue that it's like now things start to sound really refreshing. In the underground metal scene, one of the most refreshing albums that I remember hearing, I was casing them up. Got a trade with who put it out? Was it Osmos Records or the original press? Dawg owns original CD and original LP, but it was repressed. Was it Osmos or was it Perverted Taste or whatever it is? Look at the back of your original press if you haven't. Is Bewitched at the Gates of Hell. Um, More of a that's like one of their later albums was just more of a heavy metal album with a pinch of like Venom type black metal in there. That style of black metal, not the screechy goddamn black metal. And it was refreshing as fuck when I first heard it because it was around that time, 18, 19, 20 years old. And yeah, all I am listening to is, Cannibal, Deicide, Mortician, Hemorrhage, Carcass, Regurgitation, the heavy shit, the extreme black metal, the Marduk of Thrones, the Dark Funerals, the just blasting black metal for the most part, and some of the symphonic black metal that you guys hate, but more blasting type shit, stuff like that. So it does become a little ear fatigue. So if a guy that's always listening to rap and he hears Bonded by Blood, it's not in the realm of possibility he could enjoy that. Now, do I consider him a metalist, stuff like that? No, it's like, okay, you so happen to like a goddamn metal album. That's it. And it's nothing more, nothing less. Fun fact, YNW Smelly is in prison for murdering people in his own group. The dude took a page out of our fraternity, whatever the fuck you pronounce that goddamn retard's name. Cheers, Robert Green. Well, that's good for him, Robert. I'm real proud of him. Comes with Sir Jules Bugadoo. Put the down my skin. It's the morning. Later, goddamn it.